King of TV Bowling, brought to you by Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. Jeff Weiler's Eastgate Auto Mall, where over 1,000 cars, trucks, and vans are cheaper in the country. And by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of Miller Lite, life is good.
Good morning, Cincinnati. This is it, week number 6, BPA King of TV Bowling. I'm your host, David Newrath. Jennifer Kleekamp and I have been bringing you to action each and every week, and it just keeps getting better and better.
You know, David, we are at Crossgate Lanes today, and we talk about family and bowling all in the same sentence. The Betting House family does a fine job in bowling. They keep their establishments looking great, and it's a great place to come out and bowl, and we're going to see some exciting matches today. Last week we had all that striking going on. There's no reason to believe why that shouldn't be exactly the same this week.
And if you want to watch some of that striking, stay tuned. 2 minutes from now, we'll start with match number 1 on this week's King of TV Bowling.
High atop the Queen City 7 Hills lies Western Bowl, the plush recreation facility in Cincinnati that houses the world-famous Hoinky Classic. This 46-week bowling tournament has, for each of the past 13 years, paid out over $2.5 million to non-professional league bowlers. Thanksgiving weekend, the Super Hoinky, a 3-day single-game elimination tournament, entertains scratch bowlers and features a first prize of $100,000. Bowlers the world over have participated in the Hoinky Classic the past 51 years. For information, call 1-800-543-4010.
Kids, enjoy bowling after school and get a free admission ticket to the Beach Water Park, to the zoo, and to Kings Island with discounts for other family members. All those tickets are included in this 16-week bowling program for just $6.50 a week. Hey, check it out. Bowl 2 games a week, all equipment and sanctions provided, and free admission to the Beach Water Park, the zoo, and Kings Island. For information, call 761-2695. 761-BOWL.
Match number 1, this is week number 6. Tony Harmar against John Shelton. Tony will be starting the match on the left-hand lane. The left-hander wearing one of those devices, Jen.
Yeah, he's trying to get a little better roll on the ball, keeping his wrist very firm and tight with the contraption that keeps his wrist erect. I've never been able to deal with that on my hand. I never felt free enough to do little release moves, but there's a lot of people who swear by them. And of course, if you are interested in that, you can always go check out Tri-State. Tri-State Bowling Supply.
They've got all the apparatus that you might want to try. And bringing back the spare in the first frame. A much better way of starting than last week when we had 2 or 3 opens to start the match.
Yeah, but boy, did things come together after that. Tons of striking going on last week. Big games, 250s and 240s, winning each and every match.
This division has really been a pleasant surprise, Jen. With
it really has. And here we have a newcomer, John Shelton. John bowls out here at Crossgate Lanes.
Yeah, John's not looking comfortable right now, and I'm sure he's going to calm down, but he's just wondering to himself, what should we do next? Even in the shadow balls, he was never able to get that comfortable with the lanes.
Nice shot. Covering the head pin right on over to that 7 pin.
John picks up a difficult spare. Take a look at the 1 and the 3. The 1's going to go to the left side of your screen, and a combination into the 7. That's about as perfect as you can make it. I believe John's speed is probably the weakest part of his game that I can see, Jennifer. Speed is something that you need to work on, and the backswing is going to be the key for John, but if he can strike and keep it around the pocket, more power to him.
That is true, David. The backswing is everything when it comes to speed, but he has his timing developed into his swing, so that's his best way to get to the line correctly.
Here we go. This guy knows how to bowl. We've seen him a couple of 3 times. Tony Harmeyer. Right-hand lane really gets through the ball deep knee bend, but comes up a little short. Leaves the 2, 4, 7, and the 8. This spare is no box of chocolates, Jen.
No, it isn't. I typically like to move off of my strike target on this one. In my case, I move 7 boards left. In his case, it'd be 7 boards right. Works pretty good for me.
Well, let's see. It's definitely a percentage shot over the second arrow, and looks like it's not the way we recommend that you make it, but it works.
It did appear as if he did shoot that spare off of his strike target. However, setting it down a little bit early, got over the top of the ball, missed his mark a little bit, and then just got a great break.
It takes the 2-pin into the wall, and that's the action you're always looking for. Crossgate Lanes, lane 7, Tony Harmeyer rings it up with 10 in a pit, every pin doing its job, and now we're going to get to see John Shelton one more time. Unique style, some things he can work on, but again, he's here. You're watching him, Greater Cincinnati.
And he's only been bowling for a fairly short time, and he only bowls twice a week, and he's averaging 189, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. He's doing fine.
Got a lot of natural ability. Look at this, the slow roller, and he's having fun out there too. Good.
That's a good point, David. That slow roll really got that head pin working for him that time.
Okay, watch how little backswing it is. Doesn't even come up to his belt loop, Jen. You can't develop speed like that. And of course, you're not going to have the best balance at the line, but you know what? Like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And John right now is throwing strikes. And
bowling is fun. It doesn't matter how you do it. We've seen a tremendous amount of different kinds of styles.
Whoops. Well, that's got about 4 more than I thought it was going to
get. A lot of wood.
John
602, that's all it took, David.
37 years old, 189 average. He's right on the bubble. First TV appearance and 275, so he's used to carrying some of those slow strikes, huh? Let's see if he can bring back another difficult spare. It's in the area.
Right across him. Now that is the way you should make that, covering all 3 pins with the ball.
That's right.
Tony now is working on a strike. He'll be up on the right-hand lane. Mr. Bo Bettinghouse, the proprietor here, buzzing around here all morning long, getting things ready, and it's looking good.
It certainly is. And we've got some things to talk to you about. As far as promotions go, as we watch another unique strike go down, Tony goes straight through the nose and caves it in. Take a look at it. We show you the good ones. We'll show you one of the worst ones. This is it. Sorry, Tony, nothing personal, but this ball stinks. Right through the head pin. Head pin goes straight back. That's the 2-pin going to the wall, and the 5-pin falling into the 4, falls into the 7. Not a pretty sight. Trailing by 1. Very fortunate to break down the split, Jen, only leaving the 6-10.
Looked like his speed is just a little bit slow yet. He's going to need to pick up the pace, get that ball to go down the lane. Going high, 674, a great score here at Crossgate Lanes. Age 34, and it's 5th time on TV. So we have seen him 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
I knew you'd get me on that one. Cross lane for the spare. Easily brings it back. Well, again, our sponsors are responsible for us being here each and every week. Jeff Weiler and all of his dealerships on the east side of town. He's got something for everybody, and we'll tell you about the car that they brought out this week. The Miller family of fine beers. Pepsi, of course. Slush Puppies in the group, and the BPA, bringing you fun bowling for 32 years to Cincinnati living rooms.
Well, I'll tell you what, John is filling frames. He's filled all 4 so far, and Tony only had a double, and he's filled his, so the game is pretty close at this point.
Jen, I think probably the most positive thing that I can say about John's game, other than he's striking, is that rolling the ball that slowly, the pins have a tendency to stay down.
They really do.
If they stay down, they're going to knock something down instead of going straight up and over pins as we see the power players
That's
do.
a good point. John would like us to say hello to his fiancée, Angie Reeder. Congratulations to her. Hopefully he can win her some bucks this week.
Let's see if we can watch the pins on this particular shot. John's pins will stay down and not fly up and around things. Just watch them kind of stay down slowly and just roll around and, you know, try to knock things over.
I'll tell you another positive point about his game, David, is he's getting all the way to the edge on the left-hand side, out where the boards are dry so that the ball will come back. It appears if he gets it all the way out to the second board, it will come back. And that's a pretty tricky shot.
Well, we've got a promotion that's going to be going on, and we'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes, but we're going to give you a clue. It has something to do with the zoo, and zoo involves cute little critters like him. Our stage director, Jennifer Hudipole, and her newfound friend, Mr. Ferret from the Cincinnati Zoo. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the last half of this match.
As members of the American Bowling Congress, these men receive valuable benefits. In sanctioned leagues, they know their games count, and standard rules help the fun along. Awards give them proper recognition. They get their shot at national competition, and they're helping our country's Team USA. When these members go bowling, they know being organized is more fun.
Get in league with America. Join the ABC.
Tony Harmeyer trailing by 1 pin as he steps up onto lane number 8 here at Crossgate. It's in the area.
Better speed. Too much speed. Solid 7-pin. This is one tight match here, David. Halfway through, virtually tied up.
It's a toss-up. It goes to the harder shell ball. The silver ball is not going to hook as much. He can go straighter at the pin and not fear hooking away for a miss. There it is.
Pretty professional shot for a 189 and under guy.
Absolutely. He is savvy. Savvy bowler. And we've got a lot of savvy bowlers on BPA King of Bowling for 32 years, bringing them into your living room. We've got some great players coming up in matches 2 and 3 today. This, of course, is week number 6. And this marks our halfway point through 1996 already, Jen.
It's really hard to believe, David. We just have so much fun each and every Sunday morning bringing this show to you. So if you ever get a chance to check out where we're going to be taping, come on out and see us. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Love to have you. I'm not my normal charming self all morning, but
But we get over it.
That's right. We get over it. Oh, look out. I think he was shooting for our camera down there, Johnny.
I think he needed that straight ball to go after that 7-pin. You know, that is an interesting point, too, David, by using that straight ball technique. Sometimes when the lanes are hooking, I'm never sure whether to use, you know, something that's comfortable in your hand, your first ball, or go to something that you haven't had maybe on your hand.
I agree.
In that case, I think that since he threw that 7-pin so well, that he should have went for the 10-pin with the same ball.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Of course, now that he missed it, it's easy to say.
Right. But I know what you're saying. There, get out, get. Oh, 7-pin.
That was an opening for John. If he can spare it up, he's going to go ahead in this match.
Well, we'd like to thank Jeff Weiler for bringing out the Geo Tracker, of course, each and every week. If you watch the BPA King of Bowling, and you can just hustle on out there to Jeff Weiler and you say, hey, Jeff, I heard about the Geo Tracker on the King of Bowling. They will give it to you at invoice. That's right, invoice. No haggling, no messing around. You like it, you drive it away, and Jeff and any of the guys out there will take care of you.
Of course, Frank Lambert bringing the Geo Tracker out to us this morning. Of course, it's 4-wheel drive, so, you know, Cincinnati weather, you're going to need that. Go check him out. Some great deals going on.
That's right, would come in handy. in the left-hand lane. John Shelton. What do you think, John? A washout.
Light. He has converted this spare one other time on lane 7. Let's see if he can make the same attempt at it.
The 1, 3, 6, 7. The left-hander's washout. And again, you have to play this to the right of the pin in the middle of your screen. That's the head pin, the 1. And throw it over into the 7 pin. He's done it before, and that's not going to... This time takes 3 back.
Well, John says, Tony, I don't want the match, you take it. Tony says, I don't want it, you take it. Let's see who's going to take control here in the 8th, 9th, and 10th. All right. We are going to see... Oh, I like what he did right there. Just turned the ball a little bit more in his hand to go for a little more roll. And boy, it took a minute to hit the lane, too, Jen. I think he just topped the ball a little bit, David.
Cuts through sharply, yeah.
Extremely difficult split here.
The 2, the 7, and the 8. There you see it. This is a difficult one. You try to hit it just to the left of center of the frontmost pin. That'll be the 2 pin. Let the ball carom off, deflecting just enough. Nope. To work its way in between. Difficult spare, very difficult. And these bowlers are struggling. 140 in the 8th to 148 with 2 frames yet to go.
But see, David, as bad as that looks, this is what's so important about bowling. In the 9th and 10th frame, if both of these guys both strike out, they're going to get 200 games. As bad as that looked, it's not out of reach.
Exactly right. You can pick up 60 quick ones with a 4-bagger in the 9th and 10th. And I think
that's a start.
I think Tony wants to start.
I think that's a new ball for Tony. I've never seen him throw that before. He's checking it out with Ken Dressman of Miller Beers. Also Cliff Ott with us this morning.
Ken, how long has he been around? He's about old as dirt, too, isn't he? He's been with the show and representing here for a long time.
By the way, David, too, we got the big wig with us today, Gene Trenkamp. Can't forget about him, or I'm in big trouble.
That's right.
Nice guy, Gene Trenkamp. Welcome him this morning.
John going high on the right-hand lane, leaving the 6-10 not to be, and I think Tony Harmeyer put the fear into John with throwing a great strike there in the 10th frame. Looking on from the back again, Kathy Brocksterman, Executive Secretary of the BPA, and brings back a spare.
And of course our other ladies that do a fine job on Saturdays and Sundays, Betty Volker and Ann Fisher. Just doing a great job organizing the qualifying each and every week.
John Shelton, as you look at him right now, has an 8-pin lead. Tony Harmar, who we will see next frame, has a strike working. This is about as close as it's going to get going into the 10th.
Again, he got it wide, but he got it wide at a further down point in the lane. I'd say like somewhere around 40 feet. There's no way, as slow as his speed is, that ball's going to come back at that point. It just didn't have enough torque on it.
Exactly right, Jen. And if John wants to work on anything in his game, he can work on staying down a little bit more, creating a little bit more of a pendulum arm swing that comes through smoothly rather than pulling it through or dumping it as he did right there.
I have a lot of women ask me, Jen, how do you get so much speed on the ball? And I tell them, push away, push away, push away. You push it away, and it just automatically, your backswing gets higher, and you create more and more energy going into the swing. Anybody can throw a 16-pound ball. They really can.
That is true, and the gravity will create your swing for you if you just let it. Well, we see John finish out with another shot going high there, 184 his total. Again, not too far removed from the 189 and under that he is participating in, so not all that bad. But Tony can win this match with a strike. This is it.
Oh, and leaves a solid 7. The best he can do now is 180. He will lose, even with a spare and strike, by 4 pins.
Well,
John won it on spares, David.
That's right. It was a spare contest. Tony Harmeyer brings back the spare, but to no avail. John Shelton is already our winner in the 189 and under division. 184, we'll recap when we come back in just a moment.
Kids, enjoy bowling after school and get a free admission ticket to the Beach Water Park, to the zoo, and to Kings Island with discounts for other family members. All those tickets are included in this 16-week bowling program for just $6.50 a week. Hey, check it out. Bowl 2 games a week, all equipment and sanctions provided, and free admission to the Beach Water Park, the zoo, and Kings Island. For information, call 761-2695. 761-BOWL.
On the final 180, Mr. Harmar goes down in flames to Mr. Shelton's 184. Match number 2 features Chris Doane against Riga Calphus. It's been a while for Riga, but he says he is hungry and loves the opportunity.
This is kind of interesting. Chris Doane, I knew I'd seen him before. He was on the Youth King back when we used to do that a few years ago. Chris Doane, age 26 now, married to Michelle for 4 years. Lives out in the Florence, Kentucky area. We've got a couple Kentuckians here, don't we, David?
Yes, we do. Riga Calphus steps up on the right-hand lane and hopes to match the shot just thrown by Chris Doane. Let's see if he can do that. Match it he does, but leaves one standing. Boy, those are nice shirts, too, that the bowlers are wearing every week. I know we don't comment on it nearly enough, but I believe a friend of yours and mine, Mr. Jimmy Chastain, has something to do with that, doesn't he, Jen?
You bet. Hal Manufacturing down on Spring Grove. Very nice family. They do terrific work. They do a lot of the schools in the area.
And they're big into softball, which is coming up very, very soon.
I'll tell you, if you guys need some team shirts out there, they really do a nice job, and I would highly recommend them. Hal Manufacturing.
Jimmy Chastain, tell him you heard about it here on BPA King of Bowling, and he might throw in a free second base pad or something. I don't know what.
And if you're lucky, you can get a hold of Scott and catch his joke of the day. He's got a new joke every time I call him.
There's nothing funny about these shirts, though. They are strictly professional. Riga Calphus, left-hand lane, here at Crossgate Lanes, lane number 7. What do you think?
Wow.
Correct.
Throwing that ball with tons of power right now. There's Shelley expecting their second child. Of course, their first is Tyler. Everybody knows who Tyler is. He's everywhere around here. We love him. He's such a cutie.
I think he was in your purse there a few minutes ago.
Yeah, but that's okay. I like him. Wouldn't be the first kid that was in my purse today.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, Chris Doane going right through the heart.
Chris Doane, averaging 215, age 26, with a 752 to qualify for the show. This is his second TV appearance, and he holds title to 1/300 game. The Big 5, he's close. He's close.
Oh, great attempt.
That's the way you try to make it. This is a tough shot to bring back, and that's about all you can really do is take the grouping of 3. This one, the 4-pin, slides over, and if it were over about another inch, he'd have made it. Excellent attempt.
Chris Doane is a graduate of Thomas More College, and he went on to get his master's in mechanical engineering in the University of Virginia.
Ooh.
And that is his wife. That's Michelle.
I mean, to tell you, he engineered a strike out of a seemingly average shot, and he engineered his way into a beautiful lady.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Riga Calphus now has to take this man seriously. It's not like it's an even match. You know, by all standards, Riga Calphus should be the favorite here, Jen. There we go. That's the Riga I remember.
Honestly, David, anytime anybody's averaging 215, such as Chris Doane is, you can't guarantee anything. That's an excellent average.
That's true. It is an excellent average, but no fear to this guy. Riga Calphus averaging 222 at his ripe old age of 28, 719 to qualify. Riga leads by 24 pins. But what I was trying to get at, Jen, is the experience, the number of tournaments that this man has bowled in, the number of times on television. Experience, advantage, Riga.
We've talked about it several times, but Riga, 1 year, about 5-6 years ago, left a solid 7-pin to narrowly miss taking home a new car, having a 299. So that's just what kind of experience he does have. And anytime you can do a feat like that in front of cameras, under hot lights, you're some kind of a competitor.
Absolutely. And we're still waiting for the day to give that car away. This
Chris
season,
Doane
that was great.
Chris Doane is rolling that ball very cleanly, David. Excellent stroke. Look at the eyes, very intense. Fixed on his mark.
Yeah, well, keep the eye on the head pin right here. Now it's going to be very flush. The head pin goes right there to the wall, right side of your screen, comes off, kicks into the 10, and then double duty into the 8 pin, which was still hanging around. Chris Doane trails by 24 pins, but with a strike working. Double dribble. What do you think?
Oh, and he still fries the rack and gets the 10 out.
That ain't all bad. Okay, 5 pins going to do the damage. Second one back, middle of your screen, right there. It just gets hit late, and lately goes into the 10 pin. Thank you very much. Riga Calphus, lane 8. Has the lead at this point, wants to continue leading this match with a strike. Looking good, looking good.
We have got one kind of match going here, and it's a match with a lot of strikes.
Ooh-wee, I tell you, it's going to be a hot one, huh? Hey, I want to thank the people from the zoo in conjunction with the Kids Adventure program that's going on at all your BPA fund centers. The beach water park, giving away a free ticket. The zoo, and they have brought some gorgeous, cute little animals. You've seen one. You're going to see a few more before this show's over, so do not go away, folks. These critters were all over the set this morning. Jen, you didn't make a handbag out of that. No, you wouldn't.
I would never do that. And of course, David, just real quick, I'd like to mention we had our mother hen with us this morning, Heather Dunford, bringing out some animals. As David said, we're going to see a few more. She is just a fine lady. And there you go. There's one. There's an alligator. He couldn't quite get his footing on the approach today. I've had that trouble myself. Really makes it difficult.
Quick, somebody get their handbag. It's running away. A 7-pin on a pretty good hit. Playing with the animals is fantastic. But if you want to do it right, go to the Cincinnati Zoo.
You bet.
And you can go there for free if you sign up for the Kids Adventure program. You dial 761-BOWL for more information. What it is, it's a 16-week program where you bowl 2 games after school, and it's a phenomenal deal. That's all I can say.
And it's only $5.95 a week, and you get all that value, almost $160 worth of value. You get to have fun bowling, and you get to have fun going to the different parks.
I was told, Jen, for the beach promotion part of this, that you were going to do the show in a bikini. Is it a little brisk today, or what's the deal?
Yeah, it was a little too chilly for my bikini today.
Because I know they didn't want me in my Speedo. That would have rated the show in a undescribable category. The 1, the 3, and the 6, would be all right. Chris Doane is not zeroing in on things. Riga Calphus is starting to run away with this match. And if he doesn't strike from here to the wall, he can call it. He can call it a day, because Riga never watches. He just goes about his business. He's looking off to the left, doesn't really care.
Good spare conversion out of Chris to keep it close. I'll tell you, anytime somebody's striking the way Riga is, you have to make spares to at least keep it close. Spares are the key. Riga lining up somewhere right around the middle dot, the 20th board.
What do you think? He can really take control. It's crushed. Absolutely crushed.
Very, very loose today. Shelley's like, come on, Riga, we need some money for that new baby coming up.
in the 7th frame where he can really put the pressure to Chris Doane. What's he do? He throws a 1-2 pocket, annihilates it, 10 in a pit, every pin doing its job. The Pepsi sweep has nothing to sweep away. Riga Calfus leads by 48 going into his 8th frame. Chris Doane on a spare. This could do it. Don't
go away.
Oh, man.
Stereo sound on that one. Ooh, that was a biggie split and a biggie frame. The 8th frame, he could have virtually put the match away. Riga, I'm sure, will get 2, being that he's on a string of strikes.
String of strikes, 6 strikes, Jen, and you come off with an unmakeable split. There's a lot of ways to come off of the 6-bagger. That's not one of them.
A breath of life is now in Chris Doane, but he's going to need to strike. Spares will not get it. Strikes are the only thing that will overcome the deficit that he is down by.
The Pepsi BPA scoreboard telling the tale, showing a little bit of daylight for Chris Doane, but he has got to take advantage of it right here. And he does. He really gets to put some authority on that ball, Jen.
Very professional shot right there.
It's like he turned his whole game up a notch for that shot.
Really did. His speed seemed faster and just a little bit more adrenaline going. He hit the ball very hard. He seems to be more of a stroker, but that shot he really cranked.
Riga will not watch as his opponent, Chris Doane, gets up on the left-hand lane, his 9th frame. It's critical to strike here if he wants to win.
Oh, and labels it right in the pocket. Wow, what are you going to do?
The eyes tell you how important this shot is. The delivery is perfect. The angle into the pocket is perfect, but to the left side of your screen, the 4-pin does not do its job. The 7 remains. He converts the spare in the 9th frame. Riga Calfus could take it off the sheet and win easily.
Only thing that could help Chris now is for Riga to go open in the final 2 frames, and that is highly unlikely.
Riga, right-hand lane, clean 8, and he absolutely flushes it.
That'll sew it up.
Riga Calfus putting not the nail in the coffin yet. Yeah, it is kind of
not technically on the sheet, but yeah.
Yeah, well, the hammer and nail are positioned, and this delivery will wield the 20-pound sledge, and it's there. It's there. We don't need to see any more on this match because Riga Calfus is our winner. We'll recap the scores when we come back. Mr. Chris Doane put up a good showing, but Riga will be here for the championship. Don't go away. I predict a big one. Well, each and every week we bring you a GRR spot. It's a little unique today, but Chris, I'm a little occupied. Will you tell them about the contest?
Well, it kind of ties in with the song that we have tomorrow morning between 7 and 9. When you hear The Snake, gosh, what a clever thing that is, huh? By Al Wilson. Be the 5th caller at 749-1035 for your chance to win his and hers Legacy C bowling balls. I'm so excited with The Snake and everything. Right,
and call us with a score, and we'll let you win.
That's right, the winning score from the championship game and what hospital Dave is in. And you'll have a chance to win the his and hers bowling balls.
I think he likes you, Dave.
He hasn't eaten in a couple of days. He looks mighty hungry. Give him a super pretzel or something.
Everybody's going to remember the song this week. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, The Snake, and that'll be a new pair of shoes for
Oh, no.
Just a joke.
Riga Calfus. You'll see it all eventually on BPA King of Bowling. But Riga Calfus trying to earn the kingship for this week number 6 opens with a solid 7 on the left-hand lane. The Snake. Again, compliments of the zoo. And your friend brought those animals for us, Jen.
Again, Heather Dunford, just like I said, she's the mother hen, and I asked her, I said, aren't you concerned and don't you feel like a concerned mother with everybody handling these animals, and she's like, yes, it makes me very nervous, and I can understand because she handles these animals each and every day.
Yeah, well, that snake was handling me pretty well, too. I've got news for you,
Matter of
Jen.
fact, she said the snake does bite, so I let you take that one, Dave.
Oh, thanks. Now you tell me. Now you tell me. I don't know why Janine was upset. A deflection on the right-hand lane for Chuck, also leaving a 7-pin. You know what? It probably would have a match where all we're going to see would be the 7-pin. And the 7-pin, and the 7-pin, or strikes out of these two guys. And you know what? That's not that much out of the question.
No, it really isn't. Both of the guys are hitting the pocket. Again, we saw Chuck last week. He shoots a 7-pin from the middle of the lane. And I don't know about you, Dave, but everything that I have ever known about bowling is all a matter of angles. And when you go completely across the lane, you maximize your potential for missing your mark. You allow yourself more boards.
You do, but Chuck, as you see him there at age 36, averaging 224. He is a king from last week, of course. Second TV appearance. Got a bunch of awards. You're right, Jen, but again, this game is very unique unto itself, and that is personal preference will override what might be categorically correct. If it's comfortable and he can do it time after time again, do it. And let's see if he makes it again, because he hadn't missed one of these since he's been on TV.
No, he has not, and that's what I think is so impressive. I tell you, you don't get to the 190 and over division without making spares, especially 1-pin, single-pin spares.
Chuck giving that gum a work out there on the left lane. Let's see if he can bring it back again, and he does. He's found something that works for him, Jen.
And again, he described himself as a down and in player, so why not go down and in right at the 7-pin? What's the big deal there?
Absolutely. Absolutely, especially if it works. We've got 3 deliveries out of 2 left-handers, 3 7-pins, and 3 spares. How about that for a recap?
I think we've already taped this show, and you've already seen it, Dave. Is that?
Yeah, that's why I get to look so good, right? A strike for Riga on the right-hand lane.
Not even close to a 7-pin that time.
No. Takes a 1-pin lead going into the 3rd frame. You might notice on his pinky finger, he wears some tape. And that is to help him not create a blister on that pinky finger and to get a good feel with the ball as he lifts through it. He drops that one, and he still gets the good pin action down at the 60-foot mark where it hits the head pin.
Among our other celebrities we have here today, besides alligators and all sorts of animals, we have some redcoats. Do you know what kind of animal that is, Dave?
That'd be an ABC animal. And we got bunches of them because they control the game that you and I love. With the rules and the promotions, the ABC, American Bowling Congress, those people keep it fun for us.
Bobby Watson, of course, in the middle. He's the president. Mike Brinkman and Charlie Gee. We thank them for coming out this morning, making sure everything's official.
There you go. Chuck says, okay, Riga, you want to get nasty? So can I. I am going to teach this 10-pin a lesson. Everybody, glue your eyes to the right-hand side of your screen. Watch the pin go over right there, and just, here comes a 5. Into the head pin, which came off the wall. Replay that one a couple of times. I got it right, I guarantee it. Takes the 10 out late, but Chuck trails by 11. American Bowling Congress makes the game more fun for everyone. And Chuck's having some fun now as he gets right back in this match. Riga Calphus, Chuck Degaro, these two guys are not going to give up.
We also have with us this morning our Slush Puppy representative, and of course that Thelma's Frozen Lemonade, Dave, that you and I love so much. Tim Nance, thanks for him coming out this morning. We really appreciate all our support that we get from all of our sponsors.
Great shot by Riga. We will see the match that we have indicated that these guys are capable of. Yes, we do appreciate the sponsors, and the sponsors appreciate your patronage. Riga Calphus, right-hand lane, so deliberate, so perfect, delivers the coup de grace. Is that right? I think
Coup
so.
de grace?
Right then, whatever. Coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
On the right-hand lane, striking again. He has 3 in a row now to Chuck's 2. The difference between the two bowlers, 11 pins. Riga on the good end of that 11 pins. Not... Oh!
Check that out. I'll tell you what, that was some kind of break.
Well, just when you think it can't get any better on King of Bowling, watch it. You've got the 8-6 standing. You've got the 8. You've got the 6. And now you have a strike. Does Riga like it? He's watching. Oh, yeah, it's a split. Nope. Oh, whoa! It's a strike. You got to have those kind because, like you said, Jen, years ago when he left a solid 10 that cost him a $20,000 automobile, that break right there might get him the kingship and the right to come back next week. Oh, no. The exact opposite.
Wow.
A totally terrible break.
Oh, no, Mom. Oh, Lordy.
Chuck. Hey, I mean, he throws a great shot, Jen. Leaves the 7-9. It wasn't a weak 7-9 either. He goes for it. That's the way you want to try to make it. Bounce the pin out of the pit into the ball and back up onto the deck area, but it just didn't work. Riga Calfas gets a great break, carrying out the split late, and then his opponent gets a bad break on a pocket shot, and this creates a deficit of over 30 pins that Chuck now has to try to make up. Did it rattle him?
I
don't think so.
Not at all. I think he went with a little less speed and a little bit more deliberate roll that time, David. Get that carry on down the lane. And he's going to have to start matching Riga because Riga is now working on 4 in a row up on the right-hand lane.
Riga Calphus has been in this position many times before. When he smells a victory, chances are he's going to put it right there and do that.
You know, David, earlier I had mentioned the Betting House boys. Well, there's also a girl, Janet, and she does a fine job out at Stone's Lanes. We'd like to thank her for making that a great place to bowl.
Well, the bowling families, you've got the Betting House family, you've got the Hoinke family, you've got the Ruggieri family. The proprietors in this town have done a lot for the game as families, but it's your family and mine that really are the recipients of all their work, folks. Get out, have fun at a BPA Fun Center. It's a great game. BPA is a great organization to promote the game, and the ABC governs the game that we all love. And Riga, hoping for that love tap 7, but it stays up for a moment.
Chuck can now double to get within about 30-something pins of Riga. So a lot of match left.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We've got some paper left. We've got a few minutes in the truck. I'd like to tell you about the St. Paddy's Day Classic at Stone's Lanes, March the 16th and the 17th, 1996. Didn't know I could do that.
You can't.
Oh. Okay. Well,
sorry, Dave. You just left it wide open.
You shut me down again.
Actually, that wasn't bad, and that is a great tournament. Go check it out at Stone's Lanes.
Oh, boy. Well, you say my promotion was a little stinky? Yeah, right. We got something stinky for you here. Take a look at this. Yeah, there's my wife, Sandy. God love her. She's taking care of one of the zoo characters that came, and the skunk is in the truck. And Dave Ashbrook, our director,
and David.
They came running out of there with funny looks on their faces. Don't know what happened. Don't know what happened.
Again, the Cincinnati Zoo, we thank them for allowing us to have all these animals around here today. It's really been a lot of fun. And again, Heather Dunford, thank you very much. You did a fabulous job.
Right, and the animals are different than the animals that we're used to seeing every Sunday morning anyway. So we'll give you all the details on the Kids Adventure Club after we watch Chuck crush the pocket.
Wow, 8-10 last time on that lane. This time a solid 7. He just is not getting the breaks, Dave.
He is not. And the kids though will get the breaks as they bowl after school. They're going to receive free admission to the beach, the zoo, and Kings Island. It's a 16-week program. You bowl 2 games each week, and only $5.95 is the cost. Or 761-BOWL. Call 761-2695. You can get all the information. Chuck brings back the spare, but he's running out of paper, Jennifer.
He sure is. He's going to need to put the pedal down here in the 8th, 9th, and 10th frame to have any chance at all at Riga.
44 pins he trails by. He has the opportunity as he steps up on the left-hand lane to gain the advantage with a strike. But it's a strike time. This is it. It's got to be here.
David, it really hasn't been like Chuck hasn't been trying. I mean, he's been hitting the pocket every single shot. Just getting enough slow speed down just a little bit to get the carry to come out.
Unfortunately, you don't get any extra bonus pins for effort, right?
That's true. That's what makes this game so much fun, though. That's what keeps me coming back.
Well, I love it.
Me too.
Riga, right-hand lane, can put the match out of reach with one more of those. You can spell relief. R-I-G-A, Riga.
And congratulations to Chuck last week dethroning Nick Vogelsang. What a massive feat for him. I mean, he was a big underdog going in.
Riga Calphus as he approaches the line. Spare to win. That's the biggest spare I've seen today.
That's right.
And that was a Red Sea strike.
Again, his wife Shelley looking on anxiously, and I can remember when they got engaged, I was promising her some money out of that very first paycheck. Well, now we're going to be looking at some money for the new baby.
Yeah, you're always giving away the money, Jen.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Anytime a guy wins money, Jen says, "Oh, I give it to the wife." What the heck?
They deserve it.
Oh, Chuck. A little too late, and like Jennifer said, not because you weren't trying. Crushing strike. He can finish this game with a 225 potential, but unless Riga would hit his ankle twice, he already has that beat. There's the man, Riga Calphus. Yesterday at the qualifier, Jen, I'm talking to him, and he's whining about how bad his game is. And I says, Riga,
right.
This is Riga, you're one of the best in this part of the country. And maybe he came out today believing in himself a little bit because he's bowled very well.
Riga's bad is not very bad, believe me. He's probably averaging 210 is bad for him. Chuck giving that ball a workout. Well, that just figures, David. That's just one more topper onto his bad break day.
Well, you've got that right, John. It's what are you going to do? Riga's looking up the sheet. For all intensive purposes, this game is in the bag. Chuck can finish out with a spare at 214. Riga already has quite a bit more than that. So I guess he's officially the winner at this point, huh? Chuck wants to congratulate Riga at this point, though. Riga Calphus is our winner and champion. 214 isn't good enough. We'll recap when we come back. Stay with us.
Kids, enjoy bowling after school and get a free admission ticket to the beach water park, to the zoo, and to Kings Island with discounts for other family members. All those tickets are included in this 16-week bowling program for just $6.50 a week. Hey, check it out. Bowl 2 games a week, all equipment and sanctions provided, and free admission to the beach water park, the zoo, and Kings Island. For information, call 761-2695. 761-BOWL.
248 to 214. Riga Calphus, our king of bowling for this week. We're here to present the checks. Jen?
Mr. Bo Bettinghouse will present the check to John Shelton. Congratulations, our champion in the 189 and under division. Great job. Also have a plaque for you. $500. Not a bad day's work. Dave?
And Riga Calphus, again, you have been the winner all these years. A plaque and a check. Wear it well, my friend. You earned it. And everybody that tunes in each and every week, we love you tuning us in. So we'll be back next week with more BPA King of Bowling. See you next week.
BPA King of TV Bowling has been brought to you by Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi.